Of mine. What I do.
Test.
Testing. Okay, are we ready to start? All right, good evening. Welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for January 16th, 2025. At this time, I would like to call the meeting to order. The commission present for this evening's meeting are in City Hall and Zoom. We also have staff from the city attorney's and the city clerk's office, as well as the city planning department. If you're joining us on Zoom this evening, we can see that you are here. You may observe the meeting, however, your ability to be seen and talk will be muted. During the public testimony portion of the meeting, you will be unmuted and then be able to comment. Please note that we cannot take questions until the public testimony portion. If you have a process question during the meeting, please email cityclerk@meridiancity.org and they will reply as quickly as possible. If you simply want to watch the meeting, we encourage you to watch on the streaming on the city's YouTube channel. You can access it at meridiancity.org/live. With that, let's begin with roll call. Madam Clerk?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Sandoval,
Present.
Commissioner Rust,
Here.
Commissioner Seal,
Here.
Chairperson Lorcher.
Here. The first item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. Please note that item 3, Newkirk East, and item 4, Jackson's Food Store, will be open for the sole purpose of continuance. So if there's anybody here tonight to testify on these applications, we will not be taking public testimony this evening. Could I get a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and second to adopt tonight's agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is the consent agenda. It includes to approve the meetings of the December 19th Planning and Zoning meeting. Could I get a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and second to adopt the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I would briefly like to explain the public hearing process. We will open each item individually and begin with the staff report. Staff will report their findings on how the item adheres to our comprehensive and unified development code. After staff has made their presentation, the applicant will come forward to present their case and respond to staff comments. They will have 15 minutes to do so. After the applicant is finished, we will open the floor to public testimony. Each person will be called only once during public testimony. The clerk will call the names individually of those who have signed up on our website in advance to testify. You may come to the microphone in chambers or be unmuted on Zoom. Please state your name and address for the record. You will have 3 minutes to address the commission. If you have previously sent pictures or a presentation for the meeting, it will be displayed on the screen and our clerk will help you run the presentation. If you have established that you are speaking on the behalf of a larger group like an HOA, where others from that group will allow you to speak on their behalf, you will have up to 10 minutes. After all those who have signed up in advance have spoken, we will invite any others who wish to testify. If you wish to speak on a topic, you may come forward in chambers, or if in Zoom, please press the raise hand button in the Zoom app, or if you're only listening on the telephone, please press *9 and wait for your name to be called. If you're listening on multiple devices, such as a computer and a phone, please be sure to mute those extra devices so we do not experience feedback and we can hear you clearly. When you have finished, if the commission does not have questions for you, you will return to your seat in chambers or be muted on Zoom and no longer have the ability to speak. And please remember, we will not call on you a second time. After all testimony has been heard, the applicant will be given another 10 minutes to come back and respond. When the applicant has finished responding to questions and concerns, we will close the public hearing and the commissioners will have the opportunity to discuss and hopefully be able to make final decisions or recommendations to City Council as needed. With that, we're going to go out of order tonight. So we will do the two continuances first. It should only take a moment. So I would like to open the public hearing for item H 2024-0043 for Newkirk East, requesting a preliminary plat and a modification to the development agreement, has asked for a continuance. Do we have a date in mind?
Madam Chair, February 6th.
May I get a motion to continue the application for Newkirk East?
So moved. I move that we continue file number H 2024-0054 to the meeting on February 6th.
Newkirk East, is that the right application
Did I
number?
do the right one?
No, Newkirk East is the H.
Oh, it's, sorry. Let me amend it. I move that we continue the file number H 2024-0043 to the hearing of February 6th.
Second?
It's been moved and second to move Newkirk East application to February 6th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2024-0054, Jackson's Food Store has request annexation, preliminary plat, and a conditional use permit for a continuance. Do we have a date for that one?
Madam Chair, February 6th as well.
May I get a motion for the continue of the application, please?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Seal,
move we continue file number H 2024-0054 to the date of February 6, 2025.
do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second to move Jackson's Food Store to February 6th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We will go to item 2 on the agenda for a street name change proposed by the City of Meridian, and we will begin with staff.
Members of the commission, my name is Brian McClure. I'm a long-range planning supervisor. As noted, this is for a street name change. The Planning and Zoning Commission has oversight for this sort of application. Purpose of this is to resolve a request by Ada County and which requires action by the commission due to the number of affected property owners involved in a name change. Since post type avenue or lane to avenue in most conditions affects male, it is treated as a street name change. This is a map of the affected parcels and addresses. The property is located just west of Venable Avenue on Ustick, near Settlers Park. 50 addresses are affected by this requested change. 2 are on the same property, a single-family home and a manufactured home. The rest are part of the Wood Rose Apartments. The city coordinated with the developer before most of the units received their certificate of occupancy on this issue, but some tenants may not have been, some tenants may have still been affected by this change. All addresses for this notification and this application were notified on December 9th of last year. As noted, this hearing process was initiated by a request from Ada County, specifically the Ada County Assessor's Office. Several reasons for this request include city code. It basically allows another agency to request a change. City code also states that a lane should only be used for private conditions. Avenue is for public. The street is now public with right-of-way having been dedicated. And of note, a previous name change was requested in 2023. An important consideration with the request is that one of the affected properties is changed previously. The property was previously readdressed in 2022 by request of the county, again, to include a manufactured home previously unaddressed at that time that is on the property. The property was addressed off of North Cooper Avenue, somewhat ironically, but at the time had no access to the public road because it was fenced off. It was access comes from Ustick, and so it was addressed to Cooper Lane. With the development of the Wood Rose Apartments, and as previously noted, the property is now a public street, which requires an avenue rather than a lane post type. The picture here on the left is a sign of the apartment complex. Per their conditions, and virtually all the city documentation, it was addressed off of Lane inappropriately. ACHD has already gone out there and changed the sign to Avenue by request of Ada County, the assessor's office, but also inappropriately, that was premature because the city has final say. The commission has final say. Next steps, after tonight, if approved or not approved, findings of fact and conditions of law will be handled. Notice of stakeholders to the change. There will be a 5-day appeal process. If approved, a 90-day waiting period happens. The reason for that is not clear, but I'm guessing it's so public agencies like ACHD have time to change street names if they haven't already done it. And the post office has already committed to delivering mail to the affected addresses, basically indefinitely. Normally you have to submit an address request change, but they're just going to do it. The department findings are in support of Ada County's request to rename Cooper Lane to Cooper Avenue. Staff recommendation is to approve the requested change. And with that, I would stand for any questions.
Commissioners, do we have any questions for staff at this point? Madam Clerk, do we have anybody to testify on this application?
Madam Chair, we have a J. Chow. However, no one is in chambers and no one has their hand raised.
I'm sorry, you said we do have a testimony or do not?
We do have a name that signed up. I think this might have been the gentleman that was here for Jackson Food
Oh, okay,
and signed up in error.
got you. Did you have anything else to add, Brian, before we close the public hearing?
I will note the previously affected property owner of the existing single-family home. She did call me shortly after we sent out letters of notice on this. She was disappointed, doesn't fully understand why, but didn't necessarily have a strong opinion since the post office will continue to send her mail to the Avenue or Lane post type.
Can I get a motion to close the public hearing, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second to close the public hearing on the street name change. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Madam Chair. Yeah, the only concern that I had was just with the affordable housing being there and having to go through an address change. It's like a small thing to a lot of us, but for people that are struggling, we could say that it could amount to a big thing. So I'm just happy that the post office is going to deliver either way, and there's not going to be a whole lot of load on the folks that are living there. So
Well, it seems the county's pretty confident
it seems as though.
in our changes. All right, Commissioner Smith or Sandoval, any comments, or are you good?
None for me, Madam Chair.
Okay, with that in mind, I motion that the city of Meridian approve the street name change from Cooper Lane to Cooper Avenue. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
We-
Ma'am, we need a second for your motion, please.
Oh, sorry. Second for my motion?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Seal, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Before we adjourn tonight, the city of Meridian has a certificate for Commissioner Seal as a certificate of appreciation signed by the mayor for your dedication and your commitment to the Planning and Zoning Commission. So that is for you. And you've been a great mentor, so thank you very much. I don't know if I would have been able to navigate this without your assistance at when I first started, so I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been a humbling experience to be here, and I have learned a lot and grown a lot. People that have helped mentor me along the way, Bill and Kurt, thanks for keeping me out of trouble along the way for certain. So I will say the person that I learned the most from is no longer with us, and that's Lisa Bloomquist. We'll miss her dearly, not just in what I've learned here, but just as a human being and just an individual. So, but it's been an honor to help serve on the commission, and especially in this crazy time of growth with the city of Meridian. So good luck, everyone.
I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon. So may I get one more motion, please?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Seal?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andy. Really appreciate everything over the years.
You bet. Thank you. Appreciate it.